When God is about to give you something big, it never begins the way you expect. The road doesn't start with a celebration, it begins with a shakeup. You'll feel pressure, confusion, and sometimes even pain, but don't be deceived. This is not your undoing, it's the making of you. Before God hands you the blessing, He prepares you to carry its weight. And preparation always requires transformation. Old ways won't open new doors. When God is preparing to elevate you, He doesn't just change your surroundings, He starts by changing you. He stretches you, challenges you, and presses you beyond your comfort zone. You may lose things you thought you needed. You may watch relationships fade, doors close, and opportunities disappear, but it's all divine strategy. God is breaking the old to make room for the new. He's not punishing you, He's positioning you. You asked for more, and God said yes, but first He must make you more. Don't run from the pressure, run toward the promise. Something big is coming, and this is just the beginning. God never wastes a trial. When He starts stretching you, it's not for punishment, it's for preparation. This is the season where everything familiar might feel like it's falling apart. You're praying, but answers seem delayed. You're trying, but progress feels invisible. The truth is, you're not being ignored, you're being refined. The stretch is necessary. Just like a muscle must tear before it grows, your faith must be tested before it expands. God stretches you through silence, through discomfort, through pruning. He pulls you away from distractions and places you into the fire, not to destroy you, but to forge you. Every great move of God in a person's life is preceded by a season of painful transformation. But don't lose heart. The stretch is temporary. The strength it produces is eternal. God is building your endurance, your humility, and your obedience, not for the moment you're in, but for the mountain you're about to climb. Stay in the process. The stretch will soon give way to strength. When God interrupts your life, it's never random. He allows discomfort to break your routine. He removes people, closes doors, and shifts your atmosphere because He's realigning your life with His divine purpose. What looks like loss is actually deliverance. What feels like confusion is divine clarity under construction. God knows what you can't see, so He disrupts your comfort to build your calling. Stop praying for everything to go back to normal when God is trying to take you beyond what you've known. His disruption is protection. His no is a setup for a better yes. When you find yourself in unfamiliar territory, understand this. Heaven is reordering your steps. You are not off course. You're right on track. Let go of what was so you can embrace what will be. This divine disruption is not a setback. It's the start of something greater. Every blessing from God carries weight, and before He hands it to you, He must ensure you can carry it. This is why He refines you through fire. Just as gold is purified through intense heat, your character is refined through trials. It's in the fire that pride melts, fear dies, and faith is purified. You may be walking through a season that feels like it's burning everything around you. Don't resist it, embrace it. God is not punishing you, He's purifying you. He's burning off everything that would sabotage your next season. This process is painful, but it's necessary. You're being prepared to handle what you prayed for. When the fire lifts, what remains will be strong, unshakable, and ready. Let the fire do its work. You are being refined for royalty. God doesn't waste pain. If He allows it, there's a purpose in it. Pain reveals, pain teaches, and pain produces. When you're in a season of loss, heartbreak, or disappointment, it's easy to believe that God has forgotten you. But the truth is, He's closer than ever. The pain is not your prison, it's your platform. It's shaping you for something greater. Every tear you've cried is watering your destiny. Every struggle is sowing seeds for your breakthrough. God is using your pain to prune you for purpose. He's preparing you to carry more, to love deeper, to live wiser. Don't despise the pain, don't curse the storm, praise through it, because on the other side of this, you won't just survive, you'll soar. God is a master gardener. And just like a gardener prunes the vine to make it more fruitful, He prunes your life to prepare you for greater things. Pruning doesn't feel good. It feels like loss, like endings, like people walking away and doors slamming shut. But make no mistake, when God removes, He's making room. He cuts off what is dead. He cuts off what is slowing your growth. He even removes some good things so he can give you something better. It may feel like you're being left behind, but you're actually being propelled forward. What looks like subtraction is heaven's multiplication in disguise. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Don't cling to what God is trying to cut away. Trust him. Trust the pruning. You will bloom again, stronger, brighter, and with more purpose than ever before. When God is about to elevate you, he often calls you into isolation. People disappear. Support seems distant. And suddenly, you feel alone in your journey. But isolation is not abandonment, it's sanctification. God is separating you from the noise so he can speak clearly to your soul. In isolation, your ears become sensitive to his whisper. In silence, your heart becomes tender to his guidance. The same way he led Moses into the wilderness or Jesus into the desert. He leads you into quiet spaces, not to destroy you, but to develop you. Don't rush out of this season. There are revelations waiting for you in the quiet. When the crowds disappear, his presence draws near. Use this solitude to dig deeper, to listen harder, to pray longer. You're not being left behind, you're being hidden for a time of unveiling. When the time is right, God will bring you out. And when he does, you'll be prepared for everything he's about to do. There comes a moment when the familiar becomes uncomfortable and your spirit begins to stir. It's not because you're ungrateful, it's because you're being awakened. God is birthing something new in you. You can feel it in your restlessness, your dissatisfaction, your desire for more. That stirring is divine. It's not just a feeling, it's a calling. You were not created to settle. That hunger inside you is a sign that God is shifting you from survival to significance. Don't ignore the nudge. Don't numb the desire. Lean into it. Begin to pray differently, think differently, plan differently. The stirring means you're on the edge of elevation. And while others may not understand what you feel, God does. He's expanding your vision, enlarging your capacity, and preparing you to receive more than you imagined. The stirring is the beginning of your next season. Listen to it, follow it. It's the voice of destiny calling you forward. One of the clearest signs that God is preparing you for more is when what once satisfied you no longer does. The friendships that used to energize you now drain you. The routines that once brought joy now feel meaningless. Even the success you prayed for begins to lose its shine. This isn't depression, it's divine discontent. God is shifting your appetite. He's moving you from temporary pleasures to eternal purpose. He's aligning your heart with heaven's agenda. And as your desires change, so does your direction. Don't fight the discomfort, let it guide you. You're not losing passion, you're gaining clarity. You're not becoming empty, you're being prepared to be filled with something greater. God is changing your taste so you'll be ready for what he's about to serve. Trust the shift. Something bigger is coming. God is never early, and he is never late. His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your plans. Waiting can feel like wilderness. It can feel like rejection, but it's not a delay, it's divine alignment. God is orchestrating details behind the scenes, preparing people, opportunities, and moments you haven't even imagined yet. And while you wait, he's working on you, developing your character, strengthening your faith, teaching you to depend fully on him. Waiting isn't wasted, it's sacred. It's the breeding ground of strength. Look at Joseph. He waited in prison before becoming a ruler. Look at David. He waited in the fields before wearing the crown. God's delays are never denials. They are stages of preparation. So don't give up in the waiting. Trust the slow work of God. What he's preparing for you is worth every moment of patience. When the time comes, you'll know it was right all along. God doesn't just bless you, he prepares you to carry the weight of the blessing. What you're praying for isn't small. It comes with responsibility, maturity, and strength. And God, being the perfect Father, won't give you something that will crush you. That's why the process feels heavy, because the blessing you're waiting for is heavy. To carry it, you need muscles that are built through spiritual resistance, through trials, through obedience, through pruning. Think of anointing as weight. It's not light, it's not decorative. It's something you must be built to handle. You've been asking for overflow, for next level influence, for divine favor, but God knows what it takes to sustain that. So he's strengthening your foundation before he builds your platform. He's healing your character before he expands your reach. The blessing is not being withheld. It's being preserved until you're ready to carry it with grace and not pride, with humility and not ego. Don't resist the strengthening. It's making you ready for what you asked for. Faith is not always understanding. It's obeying when there are no answers. When God asked Abraham to leave everything, he didn't show him the full map, just the first step. That's often how God works. He gives you a stirring, a whisper, a divine nudge, and then he watches to see if you'll move. You may want the whole picture, but God often hides the details to develop your dependence. Faith is stepping even when your knees tremble. Obedience is walking even when the road disappears under your feet. Many people miss what God has for them because they wait for certainty. But faith doesn't wait, it moves. When Peter stepped out of the boat, the water didn't become solid until his foot touched it. The miracle didn't happen before the step, it happened in the step. What is God asking you to do? Write the book? Start the ministry? Leave the toxic environment? Take the first step. You may not see the bridge, but you serve the one who builds roads in the sea. You'll never regret obeying God, but you may regret staying in the boat. The fire is not meant to burn you, it's meant to refine you. Every trial, every heartbreak, every setback has something to teach you. God doesn't waste pain. In fact, pain is often the most powerful teacher of purpose. You learn perseverance in the fire. You learn surrender in the fire. You learn trust, humility, and resilience in the fire. The story of Joseph, the story of Moses, the story of Jesus, all of them include fire, and so will yours. You may be asking, why me? But perhaps the better question is, what is this teaching me? Stop trying to escape the fire and start asking God to reveal the lesson within it. You are being forged, not forsaken, refined, not rejected. The fire may feel unbearable now, but one day you'll look back and thank God for it, because you'll see that it was in the fire that your faith was purified, your calling clarified, and your character solidified. Fire may burn off what you thought you needed, but it reveals who you truly are. There are seasons when it feels like everything is being taken. Relationships, opportunities, peace, even your sense of direction. But remember this, what you lose isn't who you are. Your identity is not wrapped up in titles, positions, or possessions. It is rooted in your divine calling. When God begins to strip things away, it's not to leave you empty, it's to reveal what was never meant to define you. He removes what distracts so you can rediscover who you are without it. Sometimes He allows certain relationships to fall away because your next level demands clarity, not clutter. Sometimes doors close because your next season requires a new environment. Let go of the fear of loss. God isn't taking things to hurt you, He's making space to bless you. Who you are in Him is unshakable. Even if you lose everything, you haven't lost yourself. And when you stand on that truth, God will restore, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Not just what you lost, but more than you imagined. The path to promise often feels like walking in the dark. You won't always feel God. You won't always hear clear instructions. Some days you'll question everything, your calling, your progress, your worth. But in those dark moments, keep walking. Faith isn't about seeing the whole staircase, it's about taking the next step. Don't wait until it feels easy. Don't wait until it makes sense. Walk anyway, trust anyway, move anyway. The Israelites crossed the Red Sea not on dry land that was already there, but land that God revealed as they moved. You may be in a season where it feels like everything is hidden, but know this, the silence is sacred. God is still guiding you. He's ordering your steps. You don't need to see the finish line, just the next step. And as you walk in faith, heaven will illuminate your path. You were never called to figure it all out, only to follow. And if you keep following, the darkness will become dawn, and the journey will reveal the miracle. Before God multiplies your life, He prunes it, and pruning hurts. It's the loss of what once was, to prepare you for what will be. You may not understand why certain friendships dissolved, why doors slammed shut, or why seasons ended without closure. But hear this, God removes what you can't carry into your next chapter. Not out of cruelty, but mercy, because you're called to more, and more requires less. Less distraction, less baggage, less compromise. When a gardener prunes a tree, he doesn't hate the branch, he loves the fruit. Likewise, God loves your potential too much to let anything hinder it. So don't resist the pruning. Don't mourn what God intentionally moved. Lift your eyes because the barren branches are making room for fruitfulness. You're not being cut off, you're being cut back to grow forward. The greater the pruning, the greater the harvest. What feels like loss now is preparation for the abundance to come. Trust the gardener. He sees what you cannot. Before God elevates, he separates. Elevation demands distinction, not because you're better, but because your calling is different. Some people won't understand your journey. Some relationships won't survive your transformation, and that's okay. You're not being arrogant, you're being aligned. When God is preparing to give you something big, he will isolate you so he can speak clearly. Silence isn't punishment, it's positioning. Moses had to leave the palace. David had to hide in caves. Jesus had to go into the wilderness. Separation creates space for revelation. It's where your identity is sharpened, your ears tuned to heaven, and your vision made clear. Don't fight to keep what God is removing. Don't beg for access to circles he's closing. Walk away with grace, knowing that divine detachment is a gift. God removes so he can reveal. Let go of the need for approval and embrace the peace of obedience. What God is birthing in you requires sacred space, and separation is the womb of greatness. Sometimes the breakthrough isn't waiting on God, it's waiting on your obedience. You've prayed, cried, fasted, and worshiped. Now it's time to move. God doesn't bless hesitation, he blesses action rooted in faith. You don't need to know how it all ends, just trust who's sending you. When Abraham left everything, he didn't have clarity, he had a word, and that was enough. If you want the floodgates to open, obedience is the key. Not perfection, obedience. You won't feel ready, you won't have every resource. But when you move, heaven moves with you. Obedience activates favor. Obedience opens divine doors. Obedience attracts angelic assistance. Don't wait until you feel fearless. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's faith in motion. Step out even if your voice shakes. Do it afraid. Say yes before you see how. You'll find that God doesn't give you the entire ladder. He gives you one rung, and with each step, more is revealed. The blessing is on the other side of your yes. If the enemy has been whispering that it's over, know that he only lies when you're close to breakthrough. The attack intensifies near the finish line. The discouragement increases before the elevation. When everything in you wants to quit, it's because you're inches from what you prayed for. Don't stop here. Don't give up. You've come too far to turn back now. God hasn't brought you this far to abandon you. If he started the good work in you, he is faithful to complete it. What's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. The pain you've endured wasn't pointless. The tears you've cried were watering the soil of your destiny. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are favored. And though it's been hard, heaven has not missed a moment. The best isn't behind you, it's ahead. Stay the course. Keep the faith. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter will make sense of it all. Beauty is coming. Joy is coming. Harvest is coming. Now is the time. The waiting has shaped you. The trials have strengthened you. The silence has sharpened you. And the vision has been planted deep within your soul. What you're about to step into isn't random, it's divine. But to receive it, you must walk into it. Don't let fear of the unknown paralyze you. Don't let past failures define you. Don't let the opinions of others distract you. This is your moment to rise, to walk in faith, to trust in God's plan. The road may still look uncertain, but your spirit knows it's time. You're not who you were when the journey began. You've been refined, matured, and positioned. You carry wisdom now. You carry purpose now. You carry grace now, and heaven is backing you. So lift your head, square your shoulders, and take the step. The door is open. The time is now. Walk boldly into your destiny. Because what God is about to give you is more than you asked, more than you imagined, and more than you deserve. Walk in it. You're ready.